everyone. This is Dr. Live with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. The title of today's video is How to Develop Emotional Empathy. Can you think about a time when you really felt the emotions of another person or situation? Perhaps someone you know, a stranger, someone in real life, or a character depicted in a movie, play, or book. Or perhaps you felt the emotions from a community or world event or news. Emotional empathy says, I don't just see you and hear you, and I don't just feel for you, I feel with you. When it happened to you, it was like it happened to me. Emotional empathy is a feeling of deep concern and compassion for another person's feelings or experiences. In fact, emotional empathy is being able to connect emotionally to another person to actually feel what they feel vicariously. Without emotional empathy, people may be apathetic, cold and detached, selfish, egocentric, critical and judgmental, emotionally unavailable, avoidant or dismissive in their attachment, and have difficulty establishing and maintaining relationships. Exercising emotional empathy can foster healthier relationships because empathy facilitates connection. It also helps a person feel understood, validated, and supported. With emotional empathy, connecting to the emotion is key. However, many individuals struggle with the lack of empathy, and some may have no empathy. Why? Many people may have grown up in households or communities where they could not express their feelings or show vulnerability, where they might not have received love, validation, emotional support, or guidance. And some may have been taught to not show emotions as a coping and survival mechanism. Expressing feelings or showing empathy might have been seen as weakness. Secondly, trauma, including exposure to aggression, violence, and debaucherous behaviors, can all cause desensitization and a lack of empathy because the person uses avoidance, escapism, and numbing for coping, and they also dissociate as a way to deal with the pain. Third, mental health issues and personality disorders can cause a lack of empathy or no empathy. From a mental health standpoint, when people are in severe psychological distress, this can create feelings of apathy, numbness, and disconnect from others. The person is more prone to isolation and withdrawal and may become more egocentric as they struggle to manage their symptoms and cope with life stressors. And personality disorders that are characterized by a lack of empathy or difficulty with empathy include antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, even dependent personality disorder. So, how can we learn to develop emotional empathy? Here are some tips to help. Suspend judgment and criticism. Don't let logic get in the way of emotions. This is the time to appeal to emotions more so than logic. Actively listen and be curious. Ask questions and make statements about the person's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Acknowledge the emotional component of the message or experience. Notice it and talk about it. Show respect for the human experience or struggle, even if you don't logically understand or agree with the person. Acknowledge, ask questions, open-ended questions. Don't argue the person's feelings, and don't project your feelings onto the person. Limit asking why questions, which can come across as invalidating and accusatory. Make statements that describe understanding and connecting to feelings. For example, I can see how that made you frustrated. Or, I noticed you looked and sounded sad when you talked about not getting the promotion on your job. So, with emotional empathy, practice suspending judgment, being present, actively listening, not making it about you, and connecting to the emotion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.